finished the Camino de Santiago, and after weeks on the trail, these are the 10 very small things that made the biggest difference. They're not expensive, they'll hardly add any weight to your pack, and they hardly rate a mention on these kind of videos compared to the big ticket items, but they really do make all the difference. I'll go through each one from biggest to smallest and tell you what it is, how it earned its place, and whether I'd bring it again. I'll leave a list with links in the description. This video is totally non-sponsored. There's no affiliate links. No brand has paid me to be here. These are just the items that I used every day. Let's start with the one that surprised me the most. Insole upgrades. Now, I nearly didn't bring these, but I did hear about them on another hiking video, so I ordered them and tried them out for quite a while before we left, because if you are going to get insole upgrades, make sure that you get as much use out of it as possible so you know that it does suit your foot. The insoles that come with your shoes are often the cheapest thing about them, and when you're walking for hours a day, you often appreciate something more. The thing I love about these insoles is they provide a lot of structure to support your foot, especially this deep heel well. It'll stop your toes from smashing against the front of your shoe, and it holds your heel so that you don't get that heel slip that often causes blisters. The structure also means less fatigue, and it steadies you across everything the Camino throws at you. Pavement, cobblestones, gravel, dirt, mud and rock, and day after day after day of walking. They won't fix a poorly fitted shoe. And if your shoe is already on the tight side, these added bulk won't help. But if you have the space, these can be transformative. Would I take them again? Every step of the way. Number 2 is a small, light power bank. When you're on Camino, your phone is everything. Besides your camera, it's your booking app, your Camino app, your map, and your emergency contacts. So having it fully charged is not negotiable. I use the Nightcore NV10000. Roughly the weight of your phone, it charges it about twice. I lost my original after being swamped by waves on Norte, so I guess one thing about the Camino was expect the unexpected. But anyway, I was so impressed with it, I bought another one. I love how the charging cable is so handy, and it clips in so nicely. And extra bonus, the new ones are waterproof, which given how my first one died is surprisingly relevant. Power bank is a tiny insurance policy. It's boring, but worth it. Would I bring it again? Yes, it's essential. Number 3 is a sleep kit, an eye mask and earplugs. These hardly weigh anything and they can be folded down. The mask I use is a manta. I love the way it's contoured so the cups sit around your eye instead of pressing on them. Whether you're staying at a hotel or an albergue, the sound and light is often just not optimal. It's hard to overstate how important a good night's sleep is when you've walked all day today and you'll be walking all day tomorrow. Would I take it again? First thing in the bag. Number 4 is the one I get the most questions about. It's a pee cloth, which is used instead of toilet paper when you're peeing outside. Toilets are often sadly lacking on Camino, and toilet paper doesn't decompose quickly. So leaving toilet paper behind is grim, and with so many pilgrims, well, it all adds up. Pea cloth is lighter, cleaner, and more civilized than carrying toilet paper around. Add it to your washing each night, and it's ready to go in the morning. For women walking long distances, it's just useful. Would I take it again? Yes, and on every hike. Number 5 was definitely one of my best decisions. It's a sunscreen stick that's small enough to fit into the waist pocket of your backpack, so it's easily accessible. The sun can be brutal in Spain, even in the shoulder seasons. We all know we should regularly apply sunscreen throughout the day. The key here is using a stick and keeping it handy, not buried in your pack. The thing I really like about a stick is that you can swipe it onto your face and the backs of your hands just like a paintbrush, so your hands don't get greasy and sticky the way they do with lotion. Brand hardly matters here, though it should be factor 50. If sunscreen is easy, you will apply and your skin will thank you. Would I take it again? Every time. Number 6 is blister tape and Compeed. Now, they're 4 slightly different things. The blister tape is Tape P, and you put it on when you feel a hot spot. The Compeed is for blisters that have already developed. If the tape or Compeed's in the bottom of your pack, you'll feel a hot spot, but you'll keep on walking and tell yourself it'll be fine. It won't be. The trick with blisters is never waiting until you have one. Cover the hot spot the moment you feel it, because that tiny rub at 10 a.m. can derail your whole Camino by 3 p.m. Keep it reachable and stop the problem before it starts. Would I take it again? Yes, and keep it within reach daily. Number 7 are the rubber tips that go over the metal end of your hiking poles. Metal tips can be noisy and frankly jarring on hard surfaces like roads and cobblestones. Rubber tips make the poles quieter and softer underhand and on your wrists. You can take them off if you feel you need a bit more grip on a difficult surface, but we never did the whole Camino. There's some walks where rubber tips are mandatory to stop hikers tearing up the trails with metal tips. There are a lot of pilgrims, and all those metal tips can do untold damage to our beautiful Camino pathways. Would I take them again? Yes, and maybe bring extras in case you lose these. Number 8 is the least essential thing on this list, but it's one I'll defend the most. It's a little bottle of glow drops. This is an unusual one for me to recommend, but it's really small, it's lightweight, and I took it on the Camino and I was really glad I did. So let's talk about it. It's a self-tanner that you mix into your moisturiser. A few drops build slowly, just enough to give you a healthy glow. The Camino strips a lot back. That's the point, and I love a hiking pilgrim aesthetic, boots and all. It's just that little boost that makes you feel human again after a long day's walking, when you've had your shower and you're about to dine with the fellow pilgrims. Would I take it again? Completely unnecessary, but yes. Number 9 is toenail clippers, and these often hardly rate a mention, but after weeks on the trail, you'll be super glad you bought them. It's really worthwhile investing in a quality pair, because the poor quality ones can be just worse than useless. The second thing is weight. These silver ones are really quite light. I think this black one is about double the weight. And when you're counting every ounce, it all matters. Would I bring them again? That's a yes. This one might be the smallest one, but it punches well above its weight. It's a small magnet that holds your drinking tube to your chest strap. And here's the bit that a guide in Peru told me about that I never would have worked out myself. It also stops the mouthpiece dragging on the ground and picking up germs when you take off your backpack, keeping it safe and hygienic. You can buy a magnet online for about $10 and it'll earn its keep from day one. Would I take it again? Yes. Hydration and hygiene. These are the 10 tiny things that made a difference to my Camino de Santiago. I'll leave a full list in the description. If you found this video helpful, I'll link to my next video, which I wish I had seen before I went on Camino. It's all the things I regret, the things I overpacked, and the things I ditched along the way. So if you like adventure, hiking, and Camino tips, subscribe to follow along for more. And tell me, what was the smallest thing that made the biggest difference on your Camino?